Well, we know that it is going to be another difficult day, meanwhile, for Vancouver's Filipino community and for Filipino Canadians and Canadians everywhere. Grief and anger still fresh on the second morning after a deadly tragedy Saturday night. 11 people were killed when an SUV rammed the crowd at a street festival. 17 of the injured are still in hospital. And last night, hundreds came out to vigils for the victims across Metro Vancouver. Was a vigil last night at a church in Surrey. Community leaders say support is coming in from around the world, and a memorial continues to grow near the scene of the crash. And the CBC's Lindsay Duncombe joins us now live from Vancouver. Lindsay, we have learned the identity of at least one of those victims. What can you tell us today?
Yeah, we know, Arthi, that a person by the name of Kira Salim was killed on Saturday night when that vehicle rammed through the crowd at the Lapu-Lapu festival. Salim was originally from Brazil. Brazilian media are reporting that they had been here for about 3 years. This is a person who loved cats, had 5 adopted cats from Brazil, and was a teacher-counsellor with New Westminster Schools. I want to read a statement that the school division put out. It says, Kira was a valued member of our community whose wisdom and care for our middle and secondary students had powerful impact. Their work and the great spirit they brought to it changed lives. The loss of our friend and colleague has left us all shocked and heartbroken. We extend our deepest condolences to Kira's family, friends, and all who were fortunate to know them. And I think as this day unfolds, Arthi, what we are going to see is more of these individual stories about the people who were lost. And at the same time, there's still all of the concern for the people who are injured. We know that 17 people remain in hospital, some of them with non-life-threatening injuries, but also some who are in critical condition.
And we know, certainly, we've been showing images of vigils, memorials that have been held, but the grief continues, the mourning continues. How is the Filipino community reacting to this tragedy?
You know, it's just really heavy. I've been standing here probably for about an hour, and in that time, members of the community, people who are Filipino, people who aren't, have been coming up and paying their respects. I think faith is a big part of it. I saw a man come kneel right by the barricades here, cross himself, tears in his eyes, then he moved on. I know that there have been so many services where people have come together, prayed. I've seen an incredible cross-cultural outpouring. I think that when I was at one of the vigils last night, one of the really meaningful and powerful moments was when members of the Indigenous community shared a song and their thoughts and prayers with the community. I think everyone's still really coming to grips with the scope of all of this, and there are a lot of questions. Here is what the owner of Lee's Donuts, which, as you know, Arthi, is an institution in Vancouver, had to say at one of the vigils last night.
I think our focus right now is really on the victims and our community as a whole. There's so many unanswered questions and a lot of confusion, and I think we just have to allow some time and space to really understand and get all the pieces of the stories together.
And there has also been an outpouring of support. In that same statement from the school division in New Westminster about the death of one of their colleagues, there was a long list of counseling services, mental health supports for people in this city who are really coming to grips with the size and scope of this tragedy.
And now, Lindsay, let's focus on the suspect for just a moment, because we know that charges have been laid and there may be more to come. What else do we know so far about the person who's suspected in this?
Kai G. Adam Lowe is 30 years old. He has been charged, as you mentioned, with 8 counts of second-degree murder. It is expected that there will be additional charges. He remains in custody. He has a bail hearing coming up next month. And throughout all of this, we have heard from police that this is a person who has suffered from mental health issues, and that was the subject of his encounters with police before that. So that is obviously a consideration that will play out in the court process, and also as this community, this city, this country tries to understand how this possibly could have happened.
Lindsay, thank you for the latest on this. That is Lindsay Duncombe reporting for us from Vancouver.